The Los Angeles Dodgers take on the St. Louis Cardinals in the National League wildcard game tonight. It could be one of the last postseason games for Jaime Jarrin as the Spanish play-by-play announcer for the Dodgers. Jarrin recently announced that he's retiring after the 2022 season, and he spoke to CBS News special correspondent and host of the NFL Today and Inside the NFL on Paramount Plus, James Brown, about his illustrious career.
The name is Jaime Jarrin. You may not know the name, but he is currently the longest tenured broadcaster in Major League Baseball. And he's an immigrant from Ecuador, where baseball was not a major part of their culture. He is beloved by Latinos in Southern California and beyond. And the simple reason is he's a gentleman and he exudes love.
Reasons why I have stayed so long with the Dodgers are three reasons. First, I love the game. I can do 2 games a day very easily, 7 days a week. I will do anything for baseball. Secondly, I had always the support of my wife, my late wife, because the thing is that she didn't care much about the sport, but she was behind me. She never complained about my absenteeism. She never complained about me being away so much from home. She was taking care of my 3 sons and never complained. And the third reason is that the Dodgers are really interested in cultivating the Latino market. And we have done a good job in that regard, because when I started with the Dodgers at the Coliseum, the Latinos coming to the Coliseum were probably 8%. Now it is between 42 and 46% Latinos coming to Dodger Stadium. And also, in the old days, they used to be at the bleachers or upstairs in the cheapest seats. Now I find them everywhere in the ballpark. It has been something very, very special. The Latino population is one segment of the population that really supports baseball. They love sports, they love soccer, they love boxing, they love baseball. They are very sports-minded people. So we took advantage of that, and we directed them to Dodger Stadium, and they are coming in bunches now.
Why do you think there is such a love affair by the Latino community with baseball?
I think mainly because of Fernando Valenzuela. Fernando created a phenomenon. 1981 was a year that we'll never see that again. A year that, my goodness, he was a 19-year-old, a little bit chubby, long hair, no word of English. And he came here and he took the nation by a storm, because it was not only in Los Angeles. We had sellouts every time that he was pitching.
You mentioned that not one word of English did he speak. Talk about the relationship that the two of you had. I understand you actually were almost like a translator for him.
It became so much work because of his success. When we were on the road, we had to go one day ahead of everybody in order to accommodate the press and the media. So we came very close, and I helped him for, I think it was 2 years. Then he started speaking English, started learning English, so it was fine. But the first 2 years, we were everywhere. I was with him, even at the White House in Washington. We went there for luncheon with President Reagan and President Lopez Portillo of Mexico. That's probably my greatest experience being with Fernando, to see this kid from Mexico, 19 years old, no English at all, signing autographs for the most powerful people in the country. That was really unbelievable.
How have you seen baseball for the Dodgers change?
Well, I think the essence of the sport is still there. I have noticed some difference in the attitudes of the ball players. In the old times, I think probably because they didn't make too much money. In 1959, 1960, can you imagine Duke Snyder, Gil Hodges, Pee Wee Reese? They used to work driving trucks, the Budweiser trucks, the Farmer John trucks, in the winter time in order to make a living, because they were making $30,000, 40,000. The most well paid was 40. So now they are making so much money. Really, it's unbelievable. Uh, Nowadays, the new players are more private. Uh, Being on the road with them, because we travel with the team, we use the same buses and everything. Years ago, soon as we arrive into an airport, there were groups of players, 5, 6, 7, 10 games, and going to one place, going to another place, going to a bar, going there. Now the plane lands. There is some limousines there waiting on them, and you don't see them anymore until game time. It wasn't like that. Years ago, many players used to be just milling around the lobbies of the hotel. Now you don't see a single player in the lobby of the hotel. I think that's the changes that I have seen lately.
I know you probably have a lot of favorite expressions, but legions, tons of fans know your favorite home run call. Let us hear what your favorite home run call is.
Ya está listo el pitcher, tiene las señas del catcher, viene el lanzamiento, batazo profundo al jardín central. La pelota se va, se va, se va y despídala con un beso. Se fue de cuadrangular.